Imagine this. A family of 3 drives into the mountains to look at a piece of land. A few days later, their truck is found abandoned partway up a mountain road. Inside is their dog, barely alive, their jackets, their phones, and sitting there like it was forgotten on purpose, about $32,000 in cash. No note, no footprints that explain anything, no sign of where they went. Today, we're talking about one of Oklahoma's most debated mysteries, the Jamison family disappearance. Was it drugs? Paranoia? A planned escape? Or did something happen out there that nobody has ever proven? Bobby Jamison, his wife Sherilyn, and their 6-year-old daughter Madyson lived in Eufaula, Oklahoma. On October 8th, 2009, they took a trip toward Red Oak in southeastern Oklahoma, in the rugged region near the Bois Mountains. The reporting at the time focused on one detail. They were believed to be looking at a 40-acre plot of land they might buy. This wasn't a family known for vanishing. They had people who cared about them. They had a routine. So when they did not come back, the missing persons report hit hard. And then something weird happened. About a week after the family was last seen, hunters found the Jamisons' pickup truck at a remote site near the area they had traveled to. That discovery triggered an air and ground search involving hundreds of volunteers and law enforcement. What was inside the truck made the story explode. Authorities reported finding personal items, including things like a wallet, purse, cell phones, cash, and their small dog. There were no obvious signs of a struggle at the vehicle, and investigators believed it looked like the family intended to return to it. Local reporting also emphasized the bizarre contradiction: a truck left behind, essential belongings left behind, and a large amount of cash still sitting there. It is the kind of scene that instantly creates 2 competing theories. Either something forced them away from the truck, or they left quickly for a reason nobody understands. And then the case got even stranger. Before the disappearance became national, investigators looked at surveillance video from outside the Jamison home, captured around the time they left. The footage shows Bobby and Sherilyn walking back and forth between the house and the truck, loading items repeatedly. The part that unsettled people is how they move. Investigators and media coverage described their behavior as if they were in a daze. And one theory raised was possible drug use. A friend of Sherilyn's, Nikki Chenault, also interpreted the video differently. She said she believed the family was being watched and even claimed there may be a third person visible, although that idea was not confirmed by authorities in that report. Either way, the video became a major reason the case never faded, because it does not look like a normal family casually packing for a day trip. It looks tense, methodical, quiet, And it raises a scary question. What did they think was happening that day? As time passed with no answers, theories grew. Some were simple. Some were wild. One angle that surfaced in news coverage involved the Jamisons' personal conflict before they disappeared. A petition for a protective order indicated Bobby had claimed his father had threatened to kill him and his family on at least 2 occasions, in late 2008 and again in 2009. That alone added a layer of, could this be targeted to the story? Other theories centered on the surveillance footage and the cash. If the family really did have $32,000 with them, why? And why leave it behind? Local reporting also included an anonymous tip shared with a friend of the family involving a claim about a white supremacist group. It is important to say this clearly. It was presented as an unverified tip, and the sheriff's office said the case was open but would not comment on theories. So, by the early 2000s, the Jamison disappearance had become the kind of case where everyone has a different, most likely explanation. But there was still no proof. Until hunters found something in the woods. In November 2013, deer hunters discovered skeletal remains in a rugged, mountainous region near Kinta, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said the remains were located about 2.7 miles northwest of where the Jamison truck had been found years earlier. By July 3rd, 2014, the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office said the remains were identified as Bobby, Sherilyn, and Madyson Jamison. For a lot of people, that should have been the end. But it wasn't, because investigators could not give the one answer everyone wanted. When the remains were identified, the medical examiner's office said the cause and manner of death were unknown, and reporting noted that autopsy work was incomplete at the time. That left the case in the most frustrating category possible. Confirmed deaths, no clear explanation. So, the debate never stopped. Did they get lost and die from exposure? Did something happen between the truck and where they were found? Did paranoia or mental health factors play a role? Was there foul play that simply cannot be proven now? The facts are hauntingly simple. They went to look at land. Their truck was found with valuables inside, including cash and phones. Searches turned up nothing. Years later, their remains were found not far away, and we still do not know how they died. The Jamison family case is one of those stories that sticks because every major clue points in a different direction. The cash says one thing, the truck says another. The surveillance footage feels like a warning, and the ending gives almost no closure. So I want to know what you think. Was this a tragic wilderness death fueled by panic? Or does the abandoned truck feel like the start of something darker? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, Subscribe to True Crime Told for more cases like this. And if you want another story right now, click one of the videos on screen. I'll see you in the next one.